my name is Jeremy, and I go to SF State University.
My name is Des. I used to go to BCC. I'm transferring to San Jose State.
I'm an English major at Berkeley City College.
As progressive as our community is, and as well-intentioned as we are, there are still a lot of families who don't have access to a lot of things. Berkeley Community Scholars is here to bridge those opportunity gaps.
There's this constant barrier that is built around certain populations, and being from these particular populations always want to be part of the solution.
Education is a critical, if not the critical asset to be able to live a full and satisfying life. BCS does an amazing job of finding students who have everything to succeed, but just need somebody to help them figure out what comes next.
The scholars, they're eager, they're optimistic, they want to move the world, they want to make a difference. And our job is to just kind of like, here's the resources, let me open this door, let me unblock this pathway. And the rest is up to them, and they shine from there.
Hi, I'm Sherry Smith, the Executive Director of this wonderful organization.
And I'm Lynn. I'm the one that's been texting you constantly. And
I identify with a lot of the students. You have the weight of so much of the world on you before you even learn how to become an adult yourself.
This group of students from low-income backgrounds that are first generation tends to have a high dropout rate. Things like family medical emergencies where they have to start working to help their family, or the first year of classes are really challenging.
The final year of the student's high school career, we recruit students at Berkeley High to apply for a program. We make sure that we are providing them with an advisor who is there with them throughout their years at the college.
but also hopefully you could get the insurance waiver, like
giving them, whether it's resources, advice, or really just being there as a listening ear.
So what about the math class? Has you a little stressed out?
The professor is a little intimidating.
Have you thought about forming a study group by chance, or reaching out to somebody of your classmates for extra assistance?
Yeah, I'll try that.
We make sure with the mentoring that we are providing students with an ally, with an adult that is committed and wants to support them. We also provide them with the career development piece, where we know that it's not just about going to college, but it's also about what happens after college and making sure that our students have a foot in the door and being prepared for the workforce.
And I want to make sure that all the students get their checks. A lot of it now is towards like housing, food costs, a lot of inflation, survival, and just basically trying to make it through while they get their education.
We do our scholar update.
Yeah.
We just say, here's things that emergency funds could be used for, and we just list that as an example.
Our executive director, Sherry, she's always pressing us for what needs do the students have. We talked to her about mental health being a big issue, especially during the pandemic, but always can affect a student's progress in school. There's no mathematical formula on how to help someone, and it really takes understanding.
If it wasn't for BCS, I don't know where I'd be, because they gave me the community that I couldn't find for myself.
When did you decide college was a reality, and when did you decide that's something you really wanted to be a part of your future?
I think by the time I was in high school, I had my counselor being like, okay, Hema, I'm gonna be real with you, the district doesn't think that you're cut out to finish high school. So I really had to change everything, the way I was doing school, the way I wasn't going to school. I showed up and did all the work. And by junior year, I had a 4.0.
As a single mom, I would work every day at restaurants. So, they have a really bad schedule. So I will go and get a 3 a.m. shifts in the morning. So I gotta leave like 2 o'clock from my house. You gotta pick either be with your kids in the morning or with them in the afternoon. So I will decide, and see they can handle it, they can go to school by themselves. I can go and pick them up, and take care of them the rest of the day. It was really hard times, but at the end, it's worth it. All you do is worth it for your kids.
So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna go to community college. And I had a lot of people telling me that was not a good idea, that I was just gonna get sidetracked and not even end up going to a 4-year institution. But BCS has a community college program, and that was really awesome because I got to meet a lot of kids who were doing the same thing as me. And we all had the same goals at the end, and part of it was to build a community, so that was cool.
When in community college, you don't have a math teacher who's looking over your shoulder. It's like, do the work or don't.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So what were some of the other challenges in your life you think that Berkeley Community Scholars played a role in helping you overcome in getting to where you are now?
I actually had a partner who passed away my last semester of community college. And BCS really helped me through just staying afloat, honestly, because there was a lot of times where I just wanted to give up and I couldn't really talk to anyone, but having the BCS supporting me and letting me know that no matter what I choose to do in regards to what's going on in my personal life, they're there. They taught me that I can ask for help without it being shameful. I didn't really think I was going to get into Cal because it is really hard to get in and it was intimidating. And I was just like, you have 2 kids going to Cal, Mom.
They are the first generation. They're my family. They're going to college. Every morning when I get up, I say this is real? That this kid's going to UC Berkeley? Yeah, they're going. Yeah, okay. It's a dream come true.
And Dave really quite chubby cheeks then. This is the 21st celebration of our class of 1951 and the Berkeley Community Scholars Scholarship.
I'm very proud to go to Berkeley High, and I'm very honored that you guys chose me for the scholarship, so thank you so much.
I still feel part of Berkeley High School. This gentleman here was the one basically that kept us out of trouble.
It wasn't easy.
No, because of his size, we could pick him up and put him in a cupboard.
Which they did numerous times.
But seriously, we have been friends ever since.
We were just deciding what we would do for our 50th anniversary, I think. I just mentioned that wouldn't it be an idea to do something for the school?
We've had our endowment with the Berkeley Community Scholars for over 20 years, and we're still giving back, and we still have that feeling.
I just wanted to make the best out of this opportunity you guys gracefully give it to me. So
it's just an inspiring thing to read the applications every year of these kids and feel that this next generation is going to be able to deal with all the difficulties our country is facing.
And in 2 years I'll be a paramedic. Hopefully I'll be able to see you all again as a paramedic. And no, not quite yet.
Well, they're doing well in school, they're graduating, they're getting good jobs, and just making a whole new life for themselves. That makes me very happy that I was involved in helping them through that somehow.
The ultimate goal is med school. So
I admire them so much and learn so much from them. My life is better. I'm just happy doing it. Well, maybe there's other classes that could start doing the same thing. I think that would be nice.
This is my favorite view in all of campus. You walk in, you're just greeted by this beautiful architecture. You are reminded you are in a very elite institution. As a first-generation student, my parents being immigrants, they weren't able to provide that social capital that you need to be able to succeed in higher education, but BCS was there. After meeting my college success advisor, the class of 1951, who was my proud scholarship donor. I just felt like I was standing on the shoulders of so many people supporting me. After graduating, I felt so obligated to come back to the organization and donate my time however I could, hosting some orientations for students, creating the alumni council with a few others, ultimately to joining the board and being a mentor myself.
I want to see if you guys would be willing to co-chair the program committee.
Expanding student recruitment.
Yeah, recruitment.
I think that as an organization, we're at such an exciting time because racial equity has been at the forefront of our vision and our mission moving forward. I'm super excited that our board is so diverse now. I think it is very empowering for our scholars to see that those that are leading the organization look like them, and a lot of us were once them. I think is a great example of the road ahead for them and what they're able to accomplish. If you ask any BCS scholar, sum up BCS in one word, I guarantee you 99% of them will say the word community. We are a community organization. We rely on donors within our community, mentors that we find within the community, and all of that ultimately is channeled through our scholars, and they themselves ultimately feel like they are part of the community. And the level of impact that that has, I can't summarize.
I think the thing that most excited me about BCS is the fact that they not only provide financial support to first-generation college students, but they also provide a mentoring component. And that to me seemed like a winning combination.
Good. I just finished my internship.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. I know. Thank you.
How do you feel?
Bittersweet moment.
You know, there's a ton of research about the impact of quality mentoring on young people in their personal and professional and academic lives.
Remember when we were applying?
I know. I was so nervous.
I know, you did it.
I know.
You totally did it.
Being a mentor can feel a little bit intimidating. Sort of, what do I bring to the table? And can I really do this? And do I know how to do this? And I would encourage folks to think about, if they're feeling that way as an adult, to think about how young people feel all the time when they're facing new situations.
Like, you've shown me that I have to communicate with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to hire people right now too, and I really appreciate when people communicate with us about what they can and can't take on, and you know, just so we can set everyone up for success.
Yeah, exactly.
She and I really have so much in common, which might seem strange. You know, I'm a middle-aged white lady. You know, she's part Peruvian, part Honduran, but we share a lot of personality traits. We're both very entrepreneurial. Alex has her own small business that she's been running since she was in high school.
I remember like we applied to 2 on-campus jobs and they both rejected me, but I talked to you about it and you told me like, oh, if it's not this one, like, you know, it's just part of the journey and like you just have to continue to apply.
When you got rejected, do you remember you reached out and you asked them for feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they gave you really good feedback, and then you took that feedback and you used it, and then you were successful the next time.
I was offered a job on campus. Working at the Chicanx Latinx Student Success Center.
Okay, they're super cute. We look adorable. Also, I benefit from her perspective and her experience. It's at the point where she calls me her tia, which is like the biggest compliment, you know, she could possibly pay me. We all need help. We all need people to show up for us.
Where do you go to school now?
UC Merced. I'm a chemistry major with a chemistry emphasis with hopes of becoming a pharmacist. I like science and I like helping people, and I'm like, what better thing than to like be in something in the medical field?
Hey, Helen.
Hey, Chacha.
I am taking a mechanical engineering class. It's part of my upper division for chemistry.
Who of the professors you had, that you currently have, would also be good to write that recommendation.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll check in with her. When COVID first started, like when everyone was first starting to move back, I was getting ready to go home to take a final. But then I got into an accident. Someone basically just hit me, smacked me. I woke up, I was like, what happened? Like my car, like it looked a mess inside. I'm like, I'm gonna just close my eyes. Maybe I'm dreaming.
I got a phone call. Do you have a daughter named Taisha? And I was like, oh, shucks. Yeah, and then he told me that she was in a bad accident.
I rushed and I was the first one on the scene. I begged, I was like, please let me see my daughter. She was like, I had my Bible in my car. And she was like, I'm okay.
I knew I wanted to graduate and I still had to do it. Like I didn't come this far for no reason just to give up.
Yeah.
BCS was really helpful. They like supported me. They were like, do you need anything? It was super nice to know outside of my family that someone else was looking in on me. They've given me extra funding to help me complete my schooling, which I really appreciated. Now I'm gonna graduate and that's gonna be something to celebrate.
No, I always tell you, have some fun too, Taisha. That's important.
I know, I've been trying. You know, a lot of stuff is opening back up. I want to hopefully one day come back and become someone's mentor at BCS. I see senior on my transcript, it's unreal. Like, thank you, Berkeley Community Fund. Like, I appreciate you guys, like, so much. Like, whew, that's everybody's degree. We can just hang it up somewhere. Everyone had a hand in it.
So you have to find what you're passionate about.
We realized that some students were graduating and they feel that like, oh, I just have to get this piece of paper and I'm gonna go out and get a job with it and it'll be really easy, and that isn't really how it works.
One of the things I heard is always be learning. Another thing is you'll always find some type of landing place. I love that. And
we always talk about represented in our career readiness programming as if we are the auntie at the table that's here to plug you, right? Uncle so-and-so says, hey, you're about to graduate. Want an internship at Google? A lot of our students, if not all of our students, don't have that person.
But always keeping in conversation with multiple companies and tracking the conversations that you're having.
But know that this is just your defenses. This is just your body trying to protect you because it has the data of what you're usually like or how you usually respond. But don't let that rule you. Don't let that control you.
Level Up is a series of 8 workshops in terms of interviewing skills, what to wear, networking, branding yourself, resume, elevator pitch, how to go and approach professionals.
I just had a conversation last week with a student. I was talking about leadership, right? And we started the conversation. I was like, okay, tell me the areas where you feel like you show up as a leader. And he was like, none. And so I started talking to him. And he is the shift lead for the company that he works with. He sings in the choir at church. He's the oldest of 5 siblings in his family. And to the person looking at your resume, if you haven't articulated that way, it may not be a big deal. But if you know how to say it in a way that says, I'm a leader, then all of a sudden, this world of opportunity opens up. It is our job to prepare them to swing hard and lean into your values and represent yourself and your community and get your bag.
The students that start and Level Up are, shy, they're quiet, and then by the end of the 8 weeks, they change tremendously. I have a resume, I have a network of people who can be my reference. I have all the things necessary to go and get a job after college, and not just something that I need to get by, but something that they feel worthy of getting.
I feel like we are put on this earth to make it a better place than how we found it.
What a lot of people don't know is just how easy it is to get involved. Whether you can just donate some time and be a mentor to help a student navigate their college experience, or you'd like to serve on the board to make sure that we continue to be the great anti-racist organization we are. There's room for everything.
We need lots of donors to make sure that our students succeed and that they get to be major contributors to Berkeley and continue to be a great place for other kids.
The coolest thing is to see like these students who I've watched blossom from when I used to help them, unwrap their muffins during universal breakfast and when they were kindergartners. And to see them now, finding their way to college and really dealing with all kinds of challenges. That's the best possible use of my time and my ability and my privilege to be able to share that.
Just watch their face light up when they realize all the things that they've done over the years to get them to this point when they get that first job. Just watching them grow into who they are. BCS is what life can look like when a student believes in themselves and when they're connected to programs that really truly center them and support them.